Hello, Korea Tourism Organization.
So this is our virtual museum and we think it's the best one so far ever.
So please choose us.
And this is why. Welcome to
the Untitled Korean History Museum.
Yay!
So our RDPT Korean History Museum is divided into 5 exhibitions, which are culture, economics and politics, and era, society and geography, and the curator's office. It also has a convenience hall in the entrance.
So first, we'll start by introducing the bathroom, which is small but extremely important. So there's a men's and women's toilet.
Oh my god.
So the women's bathroom is very luxurious and clean, and there's a toilet. Yay! And the men's bathroom is also extremely stylish.
So next is the convenience hall in the entrance.
So we first have a food court right there.
So the food court has a lot of various menus such as bibimbap set, which is bibimbap 정식, and bulgogi set, bulgogi 정식, 냉면, and various other stuff. And there's also the kids set, which is 어린이 맞춤 정식.
We then have a gift shop right here. You can buy really awesome gifts for your friends and family. So this is the information desk. For people who are new here, there's information about who made this museum and when it was established. And if you click on the map, you zoom into it, and if you click on the exhibits, you go into the exhibits place. So first, we'll start off with the culture room.
So the culture exhibition is divided into 3 exhibits, which are modern culture, which is K-pop, and food and clothing, and education and invention. So we will first look at the education and invention exhibit.
So this exhibit is categorized in different eras. So during the prehistoric times, about 6,000 years ago, there were these kind of development and inventions.
And the next era is the 3 states era, which are the Mahan, Jinan, and Byunghan.
Next is the Samguk era.
And this slide is the 고구려 백제 slide, where you can see their key characteristics and their important artifacts. The next slide is about the Silla era and the Samguk era. And Silla has a lot of artifacts, since there was Silla era and also the unified Silla era, which are the 통일 Silla. So there's another slide about the Silla. And this is the slide talking about the spread of Samguk culture to Japan and how it influenced the Japanese culture.
And this is the Goryeo era, the development and inventions of the Goryeo era. Next, the Joseon era right here.
And you can see important inventions that is made by the King Sejong, and also Chang Yong-chil, that is a really famous scientist in our Korean history. And these are some paintings and some painters that are really famous in Joseon era.
The last slide is about the war memorial, the artifacts of the war memorial, such as Singyeon Jingi, Hwachap, Puk, and the M16A1 armored half-track.
The next exhibit is the food and clothing.
So there's a lot of food that the foreigners are loving right now, and this is a slide about all the foods such as bulgogi, bibimbap, and kimchi, and there's a documentary about the food.
There's also the kimchi game in the corner that you can enjoy.
Kimchi!
Yeah.
Yay.
And the next slide is about the clothing, how the clothes people wear are changed from ancient Korea to modern day, and also the different clothes that the different status were.
The last exhibit of the culture room is the Kpop exhibit. So we've noticed that a lot of foreigners love K-pop these days, and they even visit Korea to go to their concerts and even learn Korean themselves.
Who loves K-pop here?
Yeah.
Woo!
K-pop.
Yeah.
K-pop.
Yeah.
So and this is
Queen.
a video that you can see.
It's
like
a
the
mashup.
K-pop music videos. Yes.
And there's
there-
also the
yeah.
game there. First one is the dress up game. And the second one is like who's your favorite K-pop star? So that's our culture exhibition. And when you go back to the museum lobby, you can see other exhibitions too. The next one is the economics and politics presented by Jeremy and AK.
This is the economics and politics room. As you can see, in this room there's the economics and politics, and I'm going to explain to you for economics first.
And the very unique point
Yes.
you can see here is the
There's only one in the world,
painting of
and it's
Mr.
an
Corey
our
and the lady.
museum.
So in the economics section,
So in the economics section, there's a bit about the ancient economics from the Samguk time, and then there is a bit about the modern economics that from like 50 years ago.
and you can see different coins such as that's the Yepjeon. And the next one is the politics.
And now I'm going to take over the politics. So politics is basically the government and the country itself, which is why it's divided into 3 different eras. So first of all, we're starting with ancient politics and the Goryeo era. So basically, we included pictures in which it describes the government and the politics itself. And here's some information that you can read by yourself. The next is Joseon era. So not only does the picture show the artifacts and like the buildings, but it also actually shows like the culture and the government like issues and how it worked. So like Joseon era had farming as the base of industry. That's a part of not only economy but politics. And this is the modern politics. So the current government is classified as a republic, unlike North Korea. And this is the current president, which is Park Geun-hye. And then, well, basically, we're now into the president democracy politics.
So that was our economics and politics exhibition. And the next one you'll see is the society and geography. And this point is also the statue of Mr. Corey, made by Erica.
Only one in the world.
So the first one you will look at is the society.
So there's a pyramid that we have made that even children can recognize the different hierarchy of Korea, which is rural caste group, yangban, palace functionaries, lower officers, regional clerks, and others like slaves and executioners.
It's very good because it's really colorful and it's like you can see right away like the difference between the classes. And then here you can see a video that of various people who existed in ancient Korea and how the ancient Korea looked like. The next one is the geography.
So this slide talks about Korea's location and climate.
And you can see an ancient map of Korea there.
This is a map of Korea.
The last one is the Eras exhibition. The Eras exhibition is divided into 4 exhibits, which are prehistoric era, Samguk era, Joseon era, and the Japanese colonial period.
So prehistoric era talks about different eras and where these people lived in.
And their lifestyle. This is the Hannibal Era.
So the Samguk era explains Goguryeo, Baekje, and Silla, and those are the 3 main civilizations, we should say, from the Samguk era. Basically, this is a picture of the 3 distinct separate civilizations, and here's some information so you can read yourself.
And the picture is really cute that the children would like, and it's like very obvious that it's Goguryeo, Baekje, and Silla.
It's design.
Next one is the Joseon era. So in the Joseon era exhibit, you can see different kings that existed and important battles and their contributions. And one of them is a very famous king, King Sejong and what he means the chess Kuminjang, which is Hangul. And the next slide has a battle like Imjinguran and people who contributed to this battle, who is like Isunsin, Kwonyul, and Nunge, who are very important. And it has some battles like Hongjagoran and its religion, the Catholic. And the last slide about Joseon era is its fall and its Sejong Empire.
So this exhibit is about the Japanese colonial period, when Korea was Japanese colony, and it includes information about how the Japanese tortured Koreans for no reason or since they stated independence. And there's a video about the Seodaemun prison, which is now a museum that everyone can go in and actually experience what the tortures were like. And these are some patriots, such as Yu Kwan-sun and An Jung-gun, that benefited in Korean independence.
So that was our last exhibition, eras.
And last, we're gonna present our parking lot.
It's very large and a lot of people
Really
can go to the
large.
parking lot.
Yeah.
Don't worry about parking. And this is our curator's office talking about who made this museum. The first person is me, called Yuri Hwang, who is the fabulous and eternal tangerine.
Next is me, fantastic, awesome, funny, and Eureka.
Next is
And it's Doc, but I'm like, he's right now not here, so I'm like moving over.
he's the
Actually, he's here.
Yeah.
He's here.
He's really the guy.
I'm just
He's
Jeremy
amazing-
Kwan and
amazing
I'm just the
Rabanaki.
curator.
And Intihan, just me and me.
This is our resources, lastly, and so many. These are our citations. There's a lot of them. And lastly, the star sign up there is the symbol for showing our prime resources that we took in the museum. So thank you for watching our virtual
Thank
museum.
you.
Please do that. Yeah.
Never had much faith in love or miracles.
Hello, today we, the curators, Christy, JJ, David, and Ariel, are going to present to you our museum called the Land of the Morning Calm Museum. Land of the Morning Calm is just their common nickname for Korea.
A museum is a distributed virtual museum that explains social, economic, culture, and political systems.
We have divided our museum into 8 sections for each period of history in Korea. There is also an additional virtual playground that provides a more hands-on learning experience.
We have also provided a jinjobang, which will help the museum tourists get some rest after viewing and talking so much information. Our first slide will be prehistory.
Some basic information about prehistory is that it's mainly divided into 2 periods, which is the Paleolithic period and the Neolithic period. It started from 40,000 BC to 4,000 BC. And today I'm going to talk about Goin dolls or dolmens, which are megalithic tombs. And 40% of all the dolmens in the world are in Korea, and that is why this artifact is a very important artifact. It started in the Neolithic period, and it's important because of the big history, long history, and big number.
The basic information about Gojoseon was that it was the first civilization of Korea that actually had kings and political systems, and it was made by Dangun Wanggo. So Gamasa was a very important artifact because it was used for cooking rice and it was used for boiling soup, and just started from Gojoseon, and now it turned into electric heated rice, like electric heated Gamasa, which is cooking rice. This weaving machine was very important because silk was very rare in Korea, and then silk was very warm for people to wear, and it expressed hanbok, which was Korean traditional clothes.
So this is about the three kingdoms. And the three kingdoms is divided into three pieces called Baekje, Goguryeo, and Silla. And the later three kingdoms are unified Silla, Hu Baekje, and Hu Goguryeo. And they're all divided, and they're like fighting wars and battles. And when they were unified by Silla and the Tang dynasty of China, they actually became unified Silla. So the first artifact I will talk about for the three kingdoms is the Goguryeo tumor. And this is very important because it was the first tumor started actually in Goguryeo and then spread to the other two kingdoms, Silla and Baekje. And also it's very important because it shows a lot of Buddhism culture and a lot of Goguryeo culture about like clothes, food, and hunting.
Okay, so some basic information about Korea is that it started from 1880 and ended at 1392 AD. And there are lots of inventions made in Korea, and the Gyeongbokgung was built in Korea also. First, I'm going to talk about the movable type, or like a stamped book. It's an invention made in the Goryeo period of Korea, and it's important because it started the printing of Korea. And basically, the picture you see on the left side is like a stamp that has letters like carved in it, and they put ink on it and stamped it onto papers to make several copies of books and not handwrite it all the time. The second artifact is the Tal, and Tal dances were developed from sword dances in the beginning of the three kingdoms, and they're basically like musicals or plays or that the Goryeo people did with masks, and these are called Tals. And some examples of Tal is the Gaoshi Tal, Buna Tal, and Yangban Tal are three examples of Tals that are used in the dance. And just like other countries, men were allowed to wear women masks and play the women role.
So Joseon, the basic information about Joseon, it was the time when the society became very complex, and then it was started from one gun, and then more inventions came in, like glasses, like science information, and then it was found by one gun. So this is the Great Map of Korea, otherwise known as 대종려지도, and then this was created by Kim Jong-ho, and then this was made by man walking. They walked all the way through Korea to make this map, and this was very important because it was actually very accurate right now, as you can see. This is all hand drawn. So
This is the Joseon banking system, which is just like a system of coins for Joseon. And this is kind of like where the economy kind of came in, and this is very important because this is like the first kind of real economy system. Since in Korea, before this type of coins were made, it was actually, they traded food like grain and wheat to actually buy things. So this is like very important. Now this is the Japanese occupation. And the Japanese occupation is the period when Japan took over Korea. And this is very important because Japan took over Korea for about like 50 years, and they actually tortured a lot of the Koreans. The first person I'll talk about is Yu Kwan-soon, and she's very important because she's a young person, unlike the other kind of rights activists. And she's very important because she died at a young age, getting tortured because she was a patriot for Korea. And also the provisional government is like an emergency government for Korea that was happening during the Japanese occupation. They actually fought for independence during the Japanese occupation, and they were the ones who kind of led all the movements.
So the Korean War is important because it was the war that separated Korea into two countries. first artifact is a Korean jet, and it was most important because it was used for transportation. It was fastest and most useful, and they also used it for dropping off supplies. So Korean modern history includes lots of different cultural components, like K-pop, Korean drama, Olympic, famous leaders or presidents, sports, and etc. So this artifact is an Olympic torch, and they lighted this several months before the Olympics started in Olympia, and they put it off after the Olympics.
This is a virtual playground, and if you click on any of the things here, you can go to like links, and this is a place for kind of independent learning where they can try to find out their own information, and so we created this room for them.
So as you can see, we created a jinjobang for the customer service, and then this is the jinjobang room where you can rest, and that's a snack corner. And we all provided this because after the long, boring museum, you can also rest. And thank you.
And I can't believe you don't know which way is right, which way is wrong. And you should know that ain't hard to tell. You don't know.
Hello, my name is Mr. Silvers. Today you will be going on a special mission into a high-tech time machine that will bring you back to the ancient times of Korea. While you're traveling through the different exhibits, you will be taken to the ancient times. Have fun exploring. Note well, there will be games at the end of the tour to test your intelligence. Hello, we are Hannah Kim, Aini Hang, Jessie Choi, and Liang Kim, and Hannah Heng. So this is our curators room.
So today we'll be presenting our virtual museum on the history of Korea. Our museum has 3 floors and 11 rooms in total.
The first floor includes many early stages of Korea, such as the famous bear and tiger myth, and the Three Kingdoms period and more. Our first floor consists of 5 rooms, as you can see here, and the prehistoric times room before the Three Kingdoms room, including the Goguryeo, Silla, and Victory room. The first floor is very clear, and it shows very detailed exhibits with interesting types of videos. We will show you an example. This is our Gojoseon room.
Our Gojoseon room has 4 exhibits, as you can see, and if you click on the exhibits shown, you can see explanations of the exhibits, and also some of the exhibits have videos that you can watch.
So you can watch the video about the topic, and as you're reading the information, we'll show you a few seconds of the video.
Established in 2333 BC, Gojoseon was the Koreans' first state.
The Silla room is also consisted of 4 exhibits, and we also included several videos aimed to entertain foreigners and to also help them understand better about the information.
And this is our second floor, and our second floor has various types of exhibits with information on important topics such as the Japanese invasion rooms and more.
The floor has the Korean War Room, Current Times Room, Goryeo Room, Joseon Room, Japanese Invasion Room, Korean Empire Room, and also the Korean. So could you click on this exhibit shows the realistic photos and key points of the Korean War and how it happened, why, and more. Should you click on it?
Our third floor contains the activity center and the traditions room. Also, it is the smallest out of all of them.
Our traditions room has many different types of exhibits containing traditional Korean food to the traditional holidays and clothing. These aspects of culture are most important. If you click on the Korean flag,
This exhibit has a deep meaning to us because it represents South Korea, and we put effort into this particular exhibit because we believe that the flag is a key symbol for us and it represents Korea.
so this is our activity center, and here everyone can enjoy activities that they can participate in, and we created the games and we have quiz questions, so please enjoy.
Thank you for listening to our presentation.
And we hope that our museum will be helpful to foreigners.
And to the people who are interested in learning more about Korea.